Alright, we are back once again taking a look at historic no ban list. Today we are looking at Citadel Storm. Let's take a look at this deck. We're moving away from what you saw me play a couple videos ago, which was the Mind's Desire Storm in Sultai, and we are on pure Golgari now. So this one's a pretty interesting deck. I think as of the time of recording this is the 25th of August. This deck is probably one of the more premier Storm decks of the format, and there's a few reasons why that's the case. So if I can find my cursor again here, I lost it on my computer. There it is. We'll pin the sideboard here and take a look at this deck. So obviously we're running one of Bolas's Citadel in the main, one in the side to find with our 4 Karns, and we have some pretty cool combos to go for here. Of course, when we're trying to combo out of Bolas's Citadel, we need to make mana, and luckily we have Dark Ritual out of the ban list and Channel in green. So like I said in my Golgari Belcher video, you should definitely watch that if you haven't seen it, by the way. These are both very good ways to make mana, and probably the best currently in the format right now, or this no ban list format. I think probably the only other thing you could do is maybe run Jund and have Channel, Dark Ritual, and Ironcrag. But for now, we'll be fine in Golgari because these are both good ways to get either a Bolas's Citadel out or a Karn out. Now, what we want to do here is there are a few end games. Number one is we can just win the game with Karn if our opponent doesn't do anything. If we feel that we have a situation where Karn will be able to -2 twice, so basically our opponent doesn't have anything on the field or any removal, we can Channel, go Karn. Karn can minus getting Aetherflux Reservoir, and then we can just put that on the battlefield. And then the following turn, we can find Ancestral Statue. This is a card that on ETB returns an online permanent you control to its owner's hand. What we can do with this is our Aetherflux Reservoir will trigger on casting the Ancestral Statue. We'll then bounce the Ancestral Statue back to hand. This will, in the first iteration, cost us 3 life. And then basically from there, we'll start to net a mana until we go positive in life. So by the 4th time we cast Ancestral Statue, we will go even, and then Aetherflux Reservoir will start gaining us life. From there, it's just a simple situation of combo, combo, combo until you kill your opponent with a Reservoir. So that's one way that we can go about this. The other way that we can go about it is just by doing a Bolas's Citadel Storm turn. How this works is we just ramp out really hard with Dark Ritual and Channel. Mostly we're going to have a Dark Ritual, so this is a card that we're going to want to be looking for actively. And we can just cast Bolas's Citadel straight up. We will be in a situation where we need to avoid lands on the top of our library, so that is just one thing to consider. A good thing about this deck, though, is that we run Chromatic Sphere and Chromatic Star, which, if put mana into, can help us draw off of the top of our deck. So if we have a Channel active and we get our Aetherflux Reservoir, we're basically comboing from there. Aetherflux Reservoir is going to always be the card that we take because we want to be casting our 1 and 2 drops in order to save up mana so that we can get a Bolas's Citadel and just start going. Also, just with a Channel out, we pretty much have the conversion of life into mana, which is going to make this really broken. Ultimately, we can also gain life with Weather the Storm. We can search out a combo piece with Demonic Tutor. And basically, once we have enough mana, we have more than enough ways to look through our deck for a win. The other thing that we're going to end the game with, of course, is Tendrils of Agony once Storm count is high enough. This is just honestly a plan B at this point because Aetherflux Reservoir, if we're getting through our deck far enough to get a Storm count high enough for Tendrils, probably means we can just kill with Aetherflux Reservoir. But, we have both of these just in case. Other than that, we're in Golgari running 18 lands. We have Assemble the Team Demonic Tutor to find what we want. Mishra's Bauble draws, Chromatic Sphere, Chromatic Star draws, sometimes Veil of Summer draws. And then we have life out of Weather the Storm, mana out of Dark Ritual Channel, and then Finisher in Tendrils and card advantage out of Bolas's Citadel and Karn. That is the deck, and I think it's going to be a good one. I'll highlight some things in the sideboard as well. Obviously, we heard about Reservoir and Statue, and you know that Liquid Metal Coating and the One Ring are just pretty standard. I've been seeing people play a lot of Cityscape Leveler lately, just because if you get a Channel and Karn in your opening hand, you can just Channel, get Karn, get Cityscape Leveler. and then you just start destroying all your opponent's things. And so that's like a good way to win the game as well. And then finally you have Platinum Angel, because not losing the game is a pretty good way to stay in there. So with that being said, that is the deck. Hope you guys enjoy this one. Before we hop into some games, make sure to like the video if you like the video. Helps me out a bunch with the algorithm. And then if you'd like to further help with the algorithm, drop a comment on the video. Those help a lot as well with my reach. And then finally, if you're new here and found my content through some avenue, I would love for you to come back. I hope my content is enjoyable, and I hope that you like the decks that are played here. So if all of those things are true for you, definitely subscribe for the channel. We have content every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's finally it. I think we're going to hop into some games here, and they're going to be some pretty fun ones. Let's storm out with Bolas' Citadel Storm. Here we go. All right, here we go. This is our round one. We have a rickety hand here that can get a demonic tutor set up. Then we would have potentially channel here. I think I'm good to keep this hand. We also have Bobble to draw an extra time. I see our opponent has mulligan once, and I hope that they will not find what they need. So they take 6. We will go Mishra's Bobble, tapped Tomb. Let's draw a card on their next turn. Looks like it's not channel on the other side, so that's a good thing for us. Wow, that's our 3rd demonic tutor. So we will make black here. Well, we can make green, then that covers channel mana, then Nurturing Peatland can be another black. So demonic tutor, find channel, that's pretty straightforward. Then we'll need to find Karn probably. So this is going to take us another turn to set up. We will just get a land here, say go, after casting demonic tutor. They might counter this, I guess. They let me have it, okay. And I think now we kind of just sit back, get a channel online, and we can use demonic tutor ritual to find stuff. What we do have to watch out for is a counterspell, which I think this deck has already in hand. I think they let us have our demonic tutor, and they're planning on countering the thing that we tutored for. Okay, so what happens now? I can play a Chromatic Star. That just should be on the battlefield for a combo turn anyway. They let me have this one. And based on what they had me do last time, I'll just assemble the team here. We don't care if they counter this. We just want them to counter something eventually. Maybe we get backup channel here. Backup channel seems pretty good, but what if we just got Dark Ritual? Ritual, Karn. With 4 left over that could cast Aetherflux. I think we just need to play for channel into counter spell next turn. Plan to play a little bit slower. Okay, it's a 1 ring. So how do we make this work? We want to avoid the counter spells, and we want to just get a Karn out now. Well, they're going to draw a card here. That's fine. We can't kill them with either of our storm lines here, but maybe what we can do is leverage our life with Karn to get ahead. I think that's a good idea. We can also actually use Channel plus Demonic Tutor to find another Karn. I think we might be able to go get infinite life right now, and then kill them in their upkeep. Blooming Marsh unfortunately comes in tapped. We'll make Dark Ritual mana. Cast Channel. Make 4 mana. We'll actually make 5. Because I'd like to make green out of this. We'll also get a draw here, and that may impact how we want to play the rest of this. Mishra's Bauble will save for a storm turn, but for right now we'll go Karn. This is Karn minus for Aetherflux Reservoir. Aetherflux Reservoir we will pay 4 life for. Then we have Demonic Tutor here for Karn. We gain 5 life here. We find Karn. And we are going positive now. We'll make 4 mana, cast a Karn, and we'll find our combo piece. Okay, we keep the new Karn minus finding a Ancestral Statue, and then we make 4 life. Cast Ancestral Statue again. Alright, now we gain life. We have it target itself. And here we go. We just keep bouncing. We'll just use the rest of this mana here since they're obviously not countering anything that is. And yeah, Ancestral Statue, there we go. Now we're making some life. And we'll just copy this play pattern a few more times until we're at 50, and then we get to kill our opponent. And we are at 53, so I will do this a couple more times to play around, I guess, something, but we will continue with what we're doing here. And now we're at 62. I think we are looking pretty fine here. 72 life is probably good here. We can even Karn as well for protection, I guess. Karn minus 4. Let's get a Platinum Angel just in case. Auto pay. Alright. Cool, so now we move to our opponent's upkeep, and we will end turn. That triggers, and we go for the face. Let's see if we got it. They could stifle the activated ability, I guess. Orcish Bowmasters, okay, that doesn't do anything. Alright, and we were able to kill him. Wanted to make sure that we didn't end up in a situation where like a Bowmasters or Lightning Bolt could kill us, and so going farther ahead, I think we're probably right to just go get Platinum Angel. It's just like an extra layer that we could have avoided. So all in all, pretty good first game there. Nice fun combo. I'm really liking this deck. I think this one's a lot of fun to play, and as opposed to the Sultai version of Mind's Desire Storm that I played, I think I prefer this one a bit more. But both were fun. Definitely would recommend checking out that video too. But I think this deck really is the real deal. Let's hop into round 2 and see if that's the case. Okay, here we go. This is our round 2. We're doing a Karn Channel in our opening hand, so that is pretty solid. Opponent goes first, though, which is potentially an issue. I guess we could probably just go for Platinum Angel if it really came down to it. Alright, they start with Once Upon a Time. This might be that deck. Well, this is going to be unfortunate because they have Ulamog to take out my lands. Okay. This is probably channel into Ulamog. Yeah, that's tough. I think it's still possible to get Karn out, though. Okay, well, they're taking their time making mana here. I think they must be playing on mobile. I can tell by how long it takes to activate each one of these. That's funny. So Ulamog takes our Chromatic Sphere and land. That's actually preferable than taking 2 lands, I guess. So we're gonna eat 1 Ulamog hit. This has to be played on green. We just have to top deck a green source here. We have to get exactly a green source and then just find Platinum Angel. Even through Platinum Angel, our opponent can cast another Ulamog. Oh, well, that's tough. Okay, so now my only hope is to Karn from a black source here. Oh, even then, they're going to be able to get me here. So, like, the only play that I can really feasibly do is Dark Ritual Karn. Unfortunately, this is not a format where ensnaring ridiculous, otherwise we could maybe have had something here. But, yeah, so the plan was probably Platinum Angel will show that one to them and then eat our 10 and die. Nope, opponent had Karn too. Yeah, so this was kind of just a case of being on the play versus being on the draw. When you're playing with this power level, that really does start to matter. Alright, so that is about half of our deck absolutely gone, and that is all of our life points gone. Quick round 2, let's hop into round 3. Okay, round 3. This is probably not a hand that I want to keep. It does have channel mana, and it does cast Demonic Tutor, so maybe that's not the case. We'll try it. Whether the Storm is a dead card right now, we'll use Mishra's Bauble to get another land, or another look at a land, and then I guess I'll just cast Chromatic Sphere. Ooh, this is different. Wonder what our opponent's doing. Scry to the bottom, that is ideal. We can get a Bloomin' Marsh out on turn 2, showing them green only. Let's draw on their upkeep after taking a look at their deck. Let's see what they're on. All I can see is that this is probably just all brown. This is mono brown, basically, artifacts. Okay, so mana's kind of picking up here. We can have Demonic Tutor into filter from Chromatic Sphere. We can cast Channel. If we draw Karn, we can cast Channel here. Cold Steel Heart. Okay, this might be mono black. Mono black ramp, potentially. Okay, so we don't draw it anyway. We'll just have to use Demonic Tutor here. Demonic Tutor can find a Karn, which means that next turn we can definitely go find a channel. I'd rather take Karn here, I think. Having multiple Karns helps me. Having multiple channels does not, in case I were to draw Karn next turn. So we are just ready to rumble here. Opponent goes for the one ring. I think we should be able to kill them in their upkeep. Okay, so we will play a land. We are going to oh wait, am I one off? We need to Dark Ritual. We need to spend 2 of the floating black mana into Demonic Tutor, finding Channel. There we go. Almost casted the wrong card there. We want to make sure we pick Channel, not Weather the Storm. The arts are way too similar. Here is Channel, here is Karn, and we are going to go through the combo here. We want to maintain our colored mana if possible, and we will minus to find a Aetherflux Reservoir. Auto pay. And let's play another Chromatic Star. And we might as well gain some life here. Let's make green. And there's second Karn, cool. So while we didn't have Karn actually there, we were able to draw into him. And so now we can finish with the rest of this combo. Aetherflux keeps us alive, we will keep new Karn, and we will minus to find our Ancestral Statue. And now the same loop continues. Alright, we've hit 51, and we will just go a few more turns here. And I guess since we might as well do this, we will end by taking back our Karn and getting another thing. I want to make sure that even if our opponent has some sort of thing that gets in the way, that we can still end up winning. So we'll take our Karn back now. Pay mana for Karn, auto pay. I suppose I might as well just do a big Weather the Storm, because why not? Here's Weather the Storm for 17. Big. Alright, opponent doesn't want to click anymore. Makes sense. Alright, well, we were able to get the combo one more time. That was our round 3, and I think things have been going pretty well so far. I really like this Ancestral Statue loop here. If we find that second Karn, we really can keep going. I think if we didn't find that second Karn, we would have had to pass the turn, and then maybe our opponent could have done something to us there. But, you know, another what is it called? If they didn't deal with Karn, then we would have been able to use them again, and if we had drawn into either Demonic Tutor, one of our 3 remaining Karns, or any sort of draws that get us there, we would have been fine. So a lot of options at every point along the combo with this deck, so that's pretty good. Alright, let's hit round 4, coming up next. Alright, round 4, we got 2 more tries at this. Dark Ritual, Demonic Tutor finds Channel, so this is a turn 2 channel Karn kill. Opponent goes first though, so that might not be in the cards. We'll see. Okay, well, they don't show channel mana, so we like that. I have to shock here. Cast Demonic Tutor. Channel. Channel. Okay, so if they appear to hold up a counter spell, that's bad. Then in that case, we'll just Demonic Tutor for second channel, I think, in this case. Zendikar is Royal. Okay, so this is landfall. They might not play counter magic, in which case I think I'll just send it next turn. Okay, there's a Ruin Crab, that's fine. They're gonna mill us, we're gonna combo them. And they're tapped out, so we are good to go. Here is a Green Manosaurus in for a channel. We'll drop out a Mishra's Bauble, pay 1 for Chromatic Star. Might as well crack the Mishra's Bauble to get rid of everything that would give us priority here. They have an Air Elemental coming in, and it looks like that's just Elemental Tribal or something. We have 1 mana of any color through our Chromatic Star, so we will go ahead and, I guess, grab... We can't do Bolas's Citadel, sadly. What we could do is, I guess, get an Aetherflux Reservoir. I would love to cast a Bolas's Citadel for you guys. We'll start with Aetherflux Reservoir and see if it's enough. Demonic Tutor could find the backup Karn, and then we just win the game from here, right? This is Demonic Tutor, auto pay, go to 7, gain a bunch of life back, and we are good to go. And we even have Weather the Storm if we wanted it. This finds... Oh, wait. I forgot that I cast Demonic Tutor. Yeah, here's Karn. Karn for 4. There it is. Auto pay. And there we go. So we'll keep new Karn, and then we just very boringly go for the Ancestral Statue win, I think, here. It's the only one that's available, and, you know, for that reason, we just send it. Okay, so you know the deal by now. It's Ancestral Statue till we're at like 80 life, and then we bounce Karn and get something that would make it hard for our opponent to survive. You know how it works, so I will just kind of sit here. I may or may not do some editing with this, who knows. So I guess I'll just talk along with the combo here. Definitely takes a little bit to click through this, kind of annoying, but you know, we're comboing our opponent out. We got to do some sort of work here. Okay. And we are coming up on the 50 life mark. We, as normal, will go maybe 1 to 3 iterations past that. Only takes us a few more clicks. And we'll do 1 more of the Ancestral Statue here, auto pay. And we actually just have Aetherflux Reservoir right now, so I will activate. Kind of forgot about not having the 1 ring on the battlefield. I've been so used to that happening, but... Alright, well, that was a pretty solid round 4. I think we've gotten our combo, what, 3 out of 4 times so far? Seems pretty solid. definitely the bulk of the game here is spent in acquiring and casting your channel without opposition from the opponent. And a lot of the times the more interesting games here are going to be finding your second and third channels after your opponent counters the first. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting deck, I will say. We're doing well. That was a good round 4. Let's play round 5 coming up right now. All right, here we go. This is our final round here with Golgari Storm. We still have not been able to cast the Bolas' Citadel, but I promise to you that it is a thing that can happen. We just keep getting our channels, and it's just so easy to do. Maybe this game we'll try to go and find a win without using Karn. That will be my challenge for game 5. Opponent's on Gigantha. This very well may be a channel deck on its own. Oh, it's not. It's DRC. Okay. So this is... I don't know what this is. Just a bunch of generally good cards. So they see our assemble the team here. We'll start with a Chromatic Sphere. And what do we need to do? So we need to find our Citadel. We'll probably do that with Tutor. And then we'll have to use assemble the team to find either the Citadel or some mana acceleration. And we need to have at least one... we need to at least have one black mana source. Okay, so we have Weather the Storm here. We pay 2 life for this. We'll use our assemble the team. Let's see what we find. We do not find the Bolas' Citadel, so we will use this one to find a Dark Ritual. And now the question remains, what do we do next? And what does our opponent do next? Oko, okay. We should be able to just blow right past an Oko. It shouldn't matter to us. Go to 16. Let's see, so we have Bauble here. Can we find it? With Dark Ritual... No, we can't find it here. We need to take 1, maybe 2 turns. Oh, it kind of sucks not hitting a land drop. How about we make green with this again? We can... I'm trying to think if I could Dark Ritual, play 2 assemble the teams, finding Dark Ritual and Citadel. And then maybe I could do something there. I could draw a card with Mishra's Bauble. Maybe I just make a single assemble the team find here. I think if I make 1 assemble the team find, it's going to be okay. We'll get another Dark Ritual. And then on our combo turn, we'll get a Citadel with Demonic Tutor. Let's take a look at the top of my opponent's deck before they're able to Oko my things. And hopefully they play this Tarmogoyf. We find a land that's good. So let's do some math here. We have basically 1, 3, 5 mana, and then 2 green lands. We will use some of that black to find Citadel, channel, and then we go from there. Okay, I think we can do this. Opponent is mostly tapped out. We are at 10 life, so it's going to be a little tricky, but I think we can do it. Here's Dark Ritual. I didn't really do any math, but, you know, I'm hoping. So Dark Ritual, let's Demonic Tutor, or should I channel first and then pay a life into Tutor? That's probably better. Tutor. We get Citadel, pay 3, and here we go. Tendrils of Agony is good. So we get to partially kill our opponent here. Veil of Summer comes in next. Oh! Our opponent thinks they're dead, but they're not. We weren't even done there. We would have cast Veil of Summer, and I would just love to know what the next cards were, because we could have definitely just flopped there. I would have wanted to Chromatic Star. We would have cast Veil of Summer. And unless we hit another thing that can, another one of our Chromatic Sphere or one of our Chromatic Spheres. Well, actually, you know what? We would have had the Chromatic Star here. That would have allowed me to Demonic Tutor for something if we got stuck on a land. Yeah, I don't think we had this one, but definitely Tendrils of Agony would have given us something to go on. If we got low on life, we would have Weather the Stormed off of the mana from Chromatic Star. And if we got stuck on a land, we would have Demonic Tutored to clear the top of our library. And yeah, we could have found one of the Chromatic Stars that way. Okay, I'm pretty confident that we had this one no matter what. So our opponent did not needlessly scoop. A lot of thought here. This is definitely one of the more thought-provoking decks, and it's cool that we can win in multiple ways. I'm happy that I got to showcase the Bolas of Citadel, and I'm glad you guys got to see the absolute potency of the Karn win, because that is really strong, let me tell you. All in all, a very fun deck. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. A lot of different lines, a lot of different ways to win, and a lot of cool decks here in the format. I hope you guys have been enjoying this format as much as I have. I have filmed like at least 15 decks so far, and even more are coming as I have more ideas and run into more cool things on the ladder. Well, not the ladder. There's no ranked for this, but you know what I mean. Well, with that being said, I'll wrap it up here. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you did, you can show your support by dropping a like on the video or by commenting on it. And if you'd like to support the channel and you're a new watcher of my content, you can do so by subscribing to the channel. You'll get videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for historic content of all varieties. For right now, it'll be a lot of this Banlist stuff, but once we are back to the new set, we will be continuing along with that. So look forward to new videos, and I will see you in the next one.